Well, this next song is Hotel California. When I originally wrote this song and the music for this song, it was in the key of E minor, which is a really great guitar key to play in and write in. We recorded the whole track in E minor, went in the studio, and then Don Henley went out to start singing it at E minor, and it was way too high for him. He sounded kind of like Barry Gibb in that high falsetto. So I took a guitar, went out in the studio, and said, okay, let's move it down to D minor. No, that's still too high. C minor? No, a little bit too high. A minor? No, that's too low. And it wound up being in the key of B minor, which is on the 7th fret. So we just transposed the whole key up to B minor, re-recorded the whole track, and it's pretty much as you hear it on the record today. When I play it live, I do it in A minor. It's a much friendlier guitar key to play guitar in, as well as I think it drops it down a step for my voice, so it really works better for me in A minor. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to do this in A minor, but the original key was the key of B minor. So here we go. Here's the intro to Hotel California. That's pretty much the progression that happens all the way through the whole thing except for the chorus. Well, when I originally recorded this record, we did it with a 12-string acoustic guitar, which was a bear to play. So we wound up putting a pickup in the hole and ran it out through a Leslie and mic'd the Leslie in stereo, and we mic'd the acoustic direct in the middle of the O hole there. So it gave you this kind of sweeping, swirling guitar effect for the acoustic guitar. When I wrote the part, I wanted to have the bass line that's in all the chords follow the progression. So I wrote the bass line that you can hear very clearly in these chords that follow the progression. I stole that idea from Chet Atkins, which I saw when I was 14 at Daytona Beach, and he just blew me away. He could play the bass lines and the melody at the same time. So when I did this, I tried to do something sort of like Chet would play. Here it is in extra slow motion. Well, here's the outro solo to Hotel California. Now, when I wrote this solo, it's important that I play notes that bend up to chord changes and bend down to chord changes, using a little vibrato just as a little sweet taste here and there along the way. But it's very important when you're creating a solo to actually have the notes that are in the solo be in the chords. And since this chord changes every bar as it's going through this progression, it's really important to have the notes that are in the solo reflect the notes that are in the chord. So here we go. Also, there's a couple of notes that I have to bend a minor third. I have to use 2 fingers for that pull because it's just a really strong pull to get up there. So here it is. a couple of the licks that go into the choruses. Joe plays the answer licks in the first chorus, and I play the answer licks in the second chorus. So here you go. Okay, here's Joe's part. Here's the second chorus, the ones that I played. Here's Joe's part in extra slow motion. And here's my part in extra slow motion.